Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to your guidance time if this is your first time, and welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. Okay, let me adjust this. It's so lovely to have you here. First of all, I want to apologize that I have been like taking a little bit of a break and it was a little bit longer than usual. But I'm back with today's reading. So, today's reading is all going to be about the advices you need to hear. A warning that I'm quite tired. I hope that you can bear with me and I hope that it won't affect the reading. I might be talking a little bit slower than usual and I might be confusing my words, but I hope that you might stick with me. So, I am aiming to get to the chase, onto the point, advices for you to have. We are going to use all of these piles, all of these cards in here, and let me introduce you to the piles. So, group number one is going to be represented with this Star Seeds Oracle cards that, for after a long while, I have been really drawn to using this one. And group number two is my favorite advice cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. And group number three is my new deck, the Santa Morte. I hope I pronounce it correctly. So, do your selection in which way is suiting for you. You can just like pause the video and you can find the timestamps in the description box below. But I'm going to see you at your pile whenever you're ready. Hello, group number one. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen these Starseed Oracle cards, then this is going to be your reading. Right off the bat, I've been drawn to the amethyst that is in here. I have been just like checking it on. So I feel like you might be getting, first of all, you might need some time to relax. And the second of all, you might have been going through some kind of like a transitioning time right now in your life where some things have been shifting for you and you might be getting some kind of like epiphanies and they're actually like divinely guided downloads for you, and you might have been feeling the urges to take some specific actions that you never thought before. And yeah, and anything that you are feeling like, okay, like this is a little bit different for me, or I thought that I learned this kind of like a lesson, or I thought that I healed this part, but there's something else coming up. And it feels good to recognize something new, and it's like a specific epiphany for you. Know that that's a divinely guided, actually, like a message for you, and a divinely guided guidance for you for your life at the moment. Like any kind of new revelations you are having, you're meant to know them. Okay, but let's start it. So that was a general message if that's resonating for you. But we are getting into your reading. So I will start with your tarot cards first. So yeah, they're my new cards. I'm quite excited to use them. So what does group number one needs to hear? What is your advice for group number one there? Guys, angels, higher self, and ancestors who wants their highest good only and guides them for their highest good only. I'm not doing any kind of like a current energy check. I really want to get into the point. Like, what's the advice for group number one right now? What is your advice for group number one, Spirit? We have Queen of Pentacles. Group number one, you have been building something. Like, you're a little bit excited towards like seeing what's gonna happen next. And I feel that you have been very patient. You have been very patient. And whatever you're building right now, it's about you sharing what you have. That might be like somehow like your gifts, but whatever you're putting it out there into the world, and it might be like something entrepreneurial. It doesn't have to be like something you build from like the ground, but it might very well like be, but it is very much you're bringing something of you out to the world to be a service of the people, and like you're just like taking step by step actions. You might not have seen the results that you really wanted yet, but it is coming. it is coming, and I can see that you're quite excited about what's going to happen next. And spirit wants to remind you that yes, please keep on going, please keep that excitement, because it's going to turn into something wonderful. Like, can you see that? That's like a, where she's coming from is green, but it looks a little bit like, I'm not sure how do they call it, but it's not like as fresh like leaves as they are at the top. This is where you're going. It's going to be very fruitful in terms of finances as well, but emotional and spiritual like fulfillment where you're going. But where you come from, you can see that it's very crowded. It's nearly like this old tangled like grasses, and they might be even like preventing for any other type of like living plants or organisms to actually grow there. So they literally take over the habitat, and they are the only invaders in here, and no one else can live. So you're living that environment. So you're living somewhere that was invading your soul, that was not serving you. But I mean, I have to say that spirit has to say that you did an amazing job to adapt into an environment that was trying to invade you from within. That might be people, that might be like jobs, that might be energies. Like, you are such like a giving soul, you're such like a bright light. Like, you can even flourish into somewhere, I don't want to say toxic, but like many things you have been through, many environments you have been in, you didn't belong there. Like, they were very low energies, and you were just like shining so bright. You might have feel like, no, I don't fit in here. Like, I feel weird. Like, should I act like those ones around me? Because I feel like something is wrong with me, because I've never met anyone like me. It's a little bit weird and quite sad and lonely to be different, but you are going to find your people. You are climbing up the ladders, not to the corporate, that you're climbing up the ladders towards your happiness, towards where you belong. What is this one? We have two of swords in a reverse position in here. And in the reverse position, that's then actually upright Caesar. So I feel like you're getting quite decisive about like what you need to let go of your life. Whether this is, I believe that this is mainly about the old like a thought patterns that you have really adapted. Like, who did you think that you were as a person? Like, how did you feel like you had to shrink yourself? Like, what kind of like a story you thought that it was yours to belong into? You're stripping yourself away from all the old identities. What's the advice for group number one? So your advice but here is keep on going. Like, what you're believing that is going to be happening for you is gonna happen for you. Don't dim your life for anyone. They want you to trust your intuition, that whenever you feel like someone is good, and you want to keep that person in your life, or you want to give that person, listen to that intuition. But whenever you're gonna feel like something is off with someone, or someplace, or some offer that comes to you, listen to that intuition as well. You're a very intuitive person. Like, they want you to share your beautiful giving energy, very much off with a discernment, because you have been training for it for lifetimes, I'm hearing. Oh, what's that beautiful card? Hello, we have other Queen of Wands. Oh my god, I love that. That's your energy as well. There might be also someone around you that's helping you, but oh my god. I nearly want to say like, girl, oh my god. Like, can you see the excitement on her face? Like this beautiful skeleton's face. She's like, oh my god. Kind of like a thing. So you're gonna hear some news, group number one. It's gonna make you feel like, oh my god, where did it come from? Like, it's nearly like as if like someone is getting into somewhere dark, you know, like she had this like a lit candle, and then they can see anywhere, they can see anything, so they had to lit up a candle. They thought that, I don't know, lights were off or something, and then only to recognize that they entered the room where everyone has been waiting for her to just like, you know, celebrate, and everyone surprised her, like surprise, and that kind of like a vibe. So I'm not saying that this is what's gonna happen, but what's gonna happen is that you're going to see the result of your efforts. You have been putting it on so diligently without even expecting anything nearly, I feel, because like only like serving your purpose was serving your soul, and that was enough. Of course, you want more, you're gonna definitely get more, but you didn't know when are you gonna get more. Here it is, you are getting more. I still don't know when, but you are getting more. Like by the next Leo season, and we're gonna have a Leo full moon, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but on the 12th of February, something might be really completing around the 12th of February, especially when it comes to what you believe in it, possible for yourself, your old identities and everything. But I want to say, girl, I'm so sorry if there's a man in watching in here, but you can take it as it is as well. Like, oh boy, it is happening. It is happening. They really want you to keep on going. Plus, your confidence. They want you to shine. Like Queen of Wands is an energy that they just exude confidence. Like their like whole energy without them doing needing to do anything. They just like give off that vibe of confidence and like charisma. And in here, she looks like so shocked in a way that it makes me feel like someone who has been like dimming their own light for so long just because they have been stripped away from their confidence such a young age. So now you're reclaiming your confidence. Empress in reverse, you have been suppressed for so long. You have been like stripped away from your own identity and your soul's true essence of being this divine feminine energy. Whoever is watching it, regardless of your gender, you're mainly operating from your divine feminine energy. If you are not, you are the most comfortable and in flow when you are actually flowing with your feminine energy. There is going to be an opportunity given to you, and it is all because of all the hard work you've done, not only in the physical realms, but spiritual realms, like mentally, emotionally, everything you've done until now. There is going to be tenfold coming back to you, and it is going to be in a form of there, it's going to allow you to step into your feminine energy like unapologetically and authentically, and you're gonna feel safe there. Wow. What other advice is Spirit for group number one? I nearly want to say that I want to claim this energy. If you want to claim this energy, please claim this energy. It is yours. Literally, it is yours. Too many cards. I'll get this one. We have 5 of Wands that come in reverse. If I feel like some people might be feeling like, what happened? Like off from the blue kind of like energy, and there's another match in here. It was lit. So I feel intuitively that some people are going to naturally follow from your life, and you're going to see them. That's a divine justice, actually. I guess like this is the moon card in here. Yes, there is going to be like a self-reflective moment of you seeing, and some people are also like a seeing. Like you're going to be, your success is going to be a mirror to some people in your life, and that is going to be divine justice. I feel like those people were actually, they haven't got you. They didn't want to see the real you because the real you was shining so bright, and they just couldn't handle it. They just didn't know what the real you was for, because it kind of like disturbed them, because it shined a light through the parts of them that they were not ready to see. That was a lesson for them, but they didn't use it properly. So they might regret it later when you, with the whole success, is deciding to, I don't want to say they're saying like get rid of them, but literally like cut cords and cut ties with some people that you know that they can't come with you and you don't need them actually. There's like a renewal of some old connections, and I believe that if you want some new connections, they will be coming as well. I'll get just like 2 more around here before getting to the oracle cards. Is there anything else to clarify those parts? Oof. Yes, I got 2, and I will put these ones back. Thank you. Oof, we have High Priestess. Hello, and yes. Whatever you're putting it out there is very spiritually connecting you to spirit. and it's very spiritual work. And we have Seven of Pentacles. Someone is just like spooking, and someone is just going to be watching you from afar. Not someone, actually. There are like a seven people in here, like a seven skulls. Many people from your past will be watching it over without even contacting you, and they will be also surprised about what has been happening. Like, know that anyone who treated you poorly is going to be, even if they are not like speaking to you, reaching out to you, they're going to see that the people who are meant to see your success is going to see it and know that they won't have any bad intentions around it. They're going to know that you deserved it. They're going to know that you put in the work. They're going to know that you were always meant for it, and this is like what you're living in it right now. Know that there's a one very like a divine feminine guide around you with this high priestess right now that is literally who's literally guiding you. She might be trying to guide you through your dreams. If you have been getting you might have been getting prophetic dreams. So you might want to write some things down. There might be some specific like animals that are important for you. That you might not have been expecting to see, basically. Also, I'm hearing some candle magic or some candle reading or something. Something around candles is very like important for you if you want to connect with this like a divine feminine guide around you and want to ask some things, because I believe that if you have any questions about your future, your path, I'm hearing your career, if you want to ask, you're gonna get answers from her. It's her. And one of the best ways that you can connect with her is actually like somehow through the candles, like really like creating that sacred space. And white candles are very important to connect with her. I feel like you have some kind of like specific way of connecting with spirit as well. So you can literally apply it for her too. It might be through some kind of like a sacred activity, like something that connects you to your divine feminine energy, whatever it means for you, is going to help you to connect with her. And you can just like ask questions, and you can just like sit up on there to receive answers. And these answers might be coming from different ways. There's Chariot in reverse. I feel like these answers are going to come to you when you are in silence, like when there were not much happening around you, so that you can actually hear your own voice. And know that these answers are going to come quietly, in a way that your ego might be like trying to speak to you in a way that, we want this and we want that. Know that the answers you're going to receive from her might be different. Like, it will be an advice and opening up a guidance for you, opening up a road or a thought or a possibility you haven't thought that was possible for you before. Yes. Getting answers from her is also going to reveal for you a little bit of like a remaining of a shadow work. It's not so deep, but like some part of you that you didn't give enough credit for, that she can acknowledge, like she can be your cheerleader in that sense, because the gifts that you have that she wants you to use right now are the ones that are meant to be used in this lifetime. And I feel like it might have been also the gifts of her or passed down from her, depending on what kind of like a guide she is. But I hope that makes sense. So what advice do you have for group number 1? Okay. What do we have here? Oh my god, a double mission! I love this. Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you. Hence why I'm drawn to using this deck after a long while. Oh my god. You are a shining light. You are a big light in everyone else's life. You have been put into, literally. You haven't seen your beauty. There's going to be a big glow up that you haven't given yourself enough credit for, because you never acknowledge for the things that you bring to the table, for your beauty, for your beautiful soul, inner and out. You are going to be aligning. You are going to be aligning galaxies, like you're going to be aligning stars, and like this is what your like guides are doing behind the scenes, but you are going to be doing it for other people with the work that you're creating right now, because whatever you're putting it out there, it's going to help people. This is what drives your soul. This is your soul work. This is your soul's passion. And with the way that you're going to be put into people's lives is going to be miraculous. The people who need it, it's someone like you, not someone like you, but exactly you, saying the things in a way that exactly you say, with your voice, with your own words, with your own emphasis. Someone with your exact same experience, like you, in essence, is what those people need at a specific time, and you'll be put into their life. And everything is going to be so clear about like why you have like gone under all of these hardships literally until now. Double mission. Okay, I really want to read that one. So double mission says that light workers' star seeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time is running out and there is something they came here to do, to create or contribute. They are here to grow as souls individually. It's an individual mission. And also to contribute to the planet in some action oriented way. That is a collective mission. So their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something is missing or they are forgetting something important. It's common for light workers starseeds to feel that they are different and they may carry some memories of being visible or sharing their voice, such as they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in by spending time in sort of closets such as spiritual closet. This is what I said. Oh my god. If you pull this card, you are being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You are being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow a simple path of the things that lights you up, then you lose yourself in doing so, you will light up the world without even trying. So how can you serve the world? By just being you, group number one. I love this message for you. Oh my god, I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, you already know what it is. I feel like you already started working on it. And if you feel like right now that I don't know what it is, then that is something you have already started in the past. It's nothing new for you. You know it. Your soul know it. And our last message. It's no place like home. So that came in reverse. It's one of the last cards in here. So your last advice message here says that there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. We still look out for the familiar. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that. There, you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you will get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, and even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar. Because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will start attracting and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will be different unless you do something different. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So it feels like there's already an urge within you to try something different, and you know what this try means because it's something you already started. You just need to take the other like next steps of it, and this next steps of it definitely including you actually shining your own light, you not dimming your light, like you really owning your story. Like I just had a conversation with my friend yesterday, and it was such eye-opening about like how me playing a victim, and in that sense we all do have those like stages in our lives, and I believe that especially for those of us who have been dimming our lights for so long in order to fit in. We have been playing a story of like being a victim. It's not judgmental. It's in a sense that whenever we were feeling fearful or life has not been fair, because that was the case. Yes, we are feeling angry, frustrated because life hasn't been fair. They are the facts. And we needed to acknowledge that. We need to accept that. We need to leave those emotions, live through those emotions so that we can release them. But the fact is that once, like when we do not release them, then we start accepting that reality in a way that we are a victim. But no, you are a survival, you're a survivor, and you are going to get through it. And you are actually the creator, the king and the queen of your own story in here. And you have all the power to change how you have been viewed in the world by you stepping into a version of you that you want to be seen in the world. The authority, the correct authority that is not going to take away from people just because you need to fulfill your ego. That was the authority figures you were around. So literally, you are asked to act differently. Differently means act in a version of you who you want to be. Feel as a version of you who wants to feel the things you want to feel so that you will embody that. This is the manifestation in here. That is what's coming for you. But group number 1, these are all the messages I got for you. I hope that they were helpful and I hope that they were resonating. Please give the thumbs up if you like the reading, and if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. But I really wish you an amazing rest of your week, and I do really hope that I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves and bye bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this Wisdom of the Oracle cards, then this is going to be a reading. I will start with your tarot cards at first. I will put it aside. But one thing I want to mention is that I heard that we have been on this road before. So I'm not sure what it means for you. But I feel like you're very much supported. Like you have like a big spiritual support around you, especially like ancestors are very much like, I'm hearing in tune with you, guiding you at this time. And if you're feeling a little bit isolated, maybe not a little bit, but if you're feeling isolated alone, I feel like one of the biggest part, like a purpose of this today's message, is to remind you that you are not alone. Remind you that everything you have been feeling until now, until this moment, has been valid. They have always been, and they want you to give yourself that validation, that you do not need validation from anyone else but yourself. So, what is the advice for group number 2, Spirit? Their guides, angels, higher self, and ancestors who wants their highest good on me, and who guides group number 2 their for their highest good on me. What's the advice group number 2 needs to hear? We have Ace of Wands. I love that. Let me just put your cards aside. We have Six of Cups in reverse. And we have Page of Swords in reverse. Interesting. I will get 2 more cards. Okay, this is going to be a different reading than group number 1 because I have been talking since the moment I got like each card. 2 more cards, please, spirits. For Ace of Wands and Six of Cups in reverse. There's a new emotional beginning, very passionate one is coming for you. Like, it doesn't have to be a relationship passionate one, but it's something that really awakens the passion in your soul. Like something you want to do, something you're going to like leave a legacy behind, I'm hearing. King of Cups in reverse. I hear very specific messages, especially that King of Cups is just like drinking. I'm like, does someone has a drinking problem? Like, just like, if it's not for you, if you don't know anyone else like that, don't take it. Don't take it with you. But there's some indulgence on some kind of like yeah, overindulgence on something in here, in someone in your life. That might be a masculine figure. It doesn't have to be a man. Maybe water sign, because we have 2 like cups in here, like Scorpio is heavily coming, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Okay, okay, more messages coming, but like one more card, please, Spirit, and I will just mention. This might turn out to be a relationship reading, I feel. Okay, Justice in reverse. I just want to roll the dice. I haven't done it. I'm not planning to do it in other groups, but I will roll the dice for you right now. So the Judgment in reverse with many people involved in here under the bottom of the deck. So what area of group number one's life we are talking right now? Group number two, sorry. Oh my god. Is it six? No, six. Is it? This is six. Sixth house. Hmm. So whatever this is right now we are talking about, it is very much ingrained in your like sixth house. It's very much ingrained in your daily habits. It might be something that is affecting your health with like two sixes in here that is very much like somehow form the foundation for you. And we have 12th house. That's the house of the Pisces as well. I feel like there's more of so like emotional healing that is happening for you at the moment. So if you have been going through some kind of like a relationship breakup, it doesn't have to be, but hear me out. If you have been going through some kind of like, it might not have been at the stage of a breakup yet with someone, let's say, but if you started to disassociate and if you started to disassociate with someone and seeing some memories under a different light and seeing the flaws of the person you have been involved with, there is a new beginning coming in this connection. And I feel like this new beginning has been postponed because you have been just like putting yourself off for so long. Like I'm hearing like you have been trying to justify the reasons that there were no justification for. And we have justice in here in reverse. Yes, like there was too many like avoidance from your side about the facts that has been actually happening in front of your eyes. I'm very sorry for this message. This is like a very specific group number too. If it's not for you, you're gonna know it. Please do not try to force the messages if it's not for you. But I will try to like deliver it as smoothly as possible. So Page of Swords in reverse is the energy of someone who just like gathers all the information with no intention of taking any actions. They are very much on the sidelines. And most of the times, the information that they are gathering, they might not even want to acknowledge it fully. And the Justice in reverse is giving me an energy of like, especially with this like Ripper in here, like someone is resisting to close up a chapter. Someone is like resisting to and some kind of like a cycle that has started quite a while ago with the Six of Cups in reverse. And here there were very much past memories attached to it, but then how things were in the past is not how things are at the moment. And also your needs like you as a person has grown and evolved since the past. But if the relationship, if the person hasn't, or the circumstances hasn't like evolved with you, then this is not something that can come with you until the next chapter. Because with the King of Cups in reverse, and here especially, this is a, I'm sorry, but this is like emotionally manipulative energy. This is someone who can, I'm literally hearing, who could go to any extent to just to get by, just to get the things they need temporarily. That person doesn't know what they need, literally, like wearing their heart in the sleeve. Okay, that person might be really like I'm hearing, if you're dealing with someone, this person might be quite like more than in and out, but quite hasty. They might be doing like love bombing, like quite like big gestures, and then they might withdraw as fast, and it might be just leaving you in a way that what just happened, like very much big inconsistency. And whenever they need to get something, they want to get something, then there's going to be that love bombing kind of like effect. It usually happens at the start of the relationships, but this might be the relationship dynamic. Basically, whenever they want to get something, they go all in with the emotions because they have a purpose until they fulfill that purpose. After they fulfill that purpose, then they withdraw. And I'm hearing like maybe like leave you with nothing. So there might have been also like a people either around you or either that person. I'm not sure if there is a child involved in here because like there, it looks like a child in the coffin. So The very specific message, take it please if it resonates. You might have been staying in some kind of like a relationship just because you have a child or children together, but there's some kind of like a distortion that the people around you, either around this person or around you, like your family members, your friends, or like their family members or friends, who has been seeing the situation and not helping, like not trying to fix, not trying to, interfere. Like it sounds good, but in a way that like allowing the abuse to go on, if that makes sense. Five of Swords in here, like it's these two people, it looks like a couple, friend, whoever they are, they look scared. And there were many people around them and like in the reverse position, like they were not helping them. I guess like whatever the dynamic was within this relationship, um, like it has been like not gone unnoticed. Whatever unhealthy dynamic was there, but no one wanted to interfere, maybe for their own sake. And there's a new beginning coming to this dynamic with the Ace of Pentacles. It is going to feel like it was quite overdue. Nearly like when everything was dead, when you think that nothing could change, nothing new can flourish, it is going to flourish. I saw two aces. So what kind of like a new beginning we're talking about, Spirit? I'm here with the Ace of Wands. Like this is like red and everything else is in a different color. So it's going to be, it might feel like a bit like a Mars energy for you. There might be some Aries in here. For some reason, Aries is the fire sign I'm drawn into. It might be quite quick. And it looks like a Scorpion in here. I don't think it's a Scorpion, but it might. Okay, Scorpio, Aries might be important sign. There was Pisces and the first three, like Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But like, I feel like someone is going to just like rip it off, like, take the poison or like wherever you got bit by Scorpio off and like throw it off and then gonna start new. Kind of like energy I'm feeling from the Ace of Wands. What's that new beginning is for, Spirit? We have High Priestess in reverse and Six of Wands. You're still in the hustle energy, and can you see like the red emphasis on both of the ones in here, 6 and 1? Okay, there is no logic for me to say it in here, but I feel another energy, another suitor for you. Even if you don't want it, I just feel it. And I feel quite like actually good energy from whoever that person is. You might not be ready for it, and they might not be even like asking for you to ready for it. There is some energy around you who just wants to support you. Let me say that. It's in the physical realm. It's in the physical realm, and it's not the current partner or the person you're dealing with. And again, like this pile is for those of you who have been already dealing with someone. This is not someone new. Like you were either like married with that person, or just like you have a kid with this person, you had a family, or you have a long-standing relationship with them. Like it doesn't have to be many years, but there is some kind of like emotion, like there has been a time passed enough for you to have an emotional burden again and again in a way that you didn't know how to deal with it, and you didn't see any support around the people around you who know this relationship into the details and into the dynamics as well. So with the new beginning is about basically you are resisting. Like I'm not going to interpret the High Priestess in reverse in a way that like, oh, you don't see it coming, kind of like a way. No, you don't want to see it, you don't want to acknowledge it. Like you are still in this hustle culture about like, oh, what can I resist, what can I cut? Like you're trying to cut all the nudges you're getting intuitively, because like all of these things are like wands, like the Ace of Wands in here. One wand is coming up. It means like you're getting an intuitive nudge. You're like, oh, I'm passionate, I just want to cut it off, I just want to leave it, like I just want to start anew. And then physically and mentally, emotionally, you're like, nope, no, get rid of that thought. We are not doing that. And another one, and then another one. Like, you have been getting so many intuitive nudges that you come up to a point that you can't even handle trying to get rid of them anymore because they're too much, if that makes sense. So, okay. Your advice is literally not trying to push it off, not trying to, like, not trying to see, basically, like, not ignoring your intuition. Like, you know what you want to do, you are afraid of doing what you want to do. Under the bottom of the deck we have five of pentacles. Like, it is because there is some codependency within this relationship. You feel there is some kind of like a lack mentality. That person might have left you with some lack mentality. Like, you just need to take a leap of faith and leave, and then see how everything starts flourishing in your life. The reason why you might have been struggling with lack mentality, either finances, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, lack mentality might manifest in multiple ways in our lives. You might think that I can't have enough money because, like, this is what it is. You can think that, okay, the type of jobs that I do work, or everyone else works usually, or I do work, is always going to be draining from me. This is what it is. Or like, the relationships that I can get into are only these kind of relationships that is always going to take away from me because it's normal. Yeah, I'm not going to ask for more. I mean, like, this is what I know, it's normal. Or the friendships, yeah, they take away from me. Or the family, yeah, they don't interfere. Like, it's not their job. Or like, time, I always have a limited amount of time, I always have to rush. They are all examples of lack mindset. So the reason of your lack mindset is that someone in your life who just present themselves as they are very stable, they might be providing you financially, but they're keeping you stuck. That is not real stability for you. You need the sun, and under the sun, actually, the reason why you are stuck and you are not starting anew is actually you have beautiful connections waiting for you if you leave the situation behind. That is for sure. It's because your strength has been taken away from you. That is your inner confidence. You have to leave your environment in order to step into your own authenticity and your own power, because someone around you keeps taking from you again and again. You can't flourish in that environment. Wait. Now we have Six of Cups in here. What are you? I am very sorry. This was Nine of Cups. I keep saying Six of Cups, but I'm still behind what I'm saying. Okay, you have been in a situation that is like quite unfulfilling you. I guess that was very clear when I said, and I mixed the 6 and 9. I'm sorry, I'm tired, but literally Six of Cups isn't here. Like, I was confusing that, but that has been something that has been going on in your life for quite a while. Okay, so what's the advice card for group number 2, Spirit? What's your advice card for group number 2? Okay, we have many. Can you give me one or two for them? I feel like you might need more than one. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Yes, one more. They want you to connect with your intuition because it knows what you need to do. Okay, so one thing, inner earth, you will survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Okay, I will keep it in here. It's something you feel like there is nothing new can like flourish upon it, but it will. The great serving Mars energy. I mentioned Mars, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay, you have many advices. Your life is a canvas. So artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. Okay, group number 2. Really listen. Listen carefully. You have been ignoring your intuition. It's because you are afraid of conflict. You are going to have a suppressed anger. You might have a suppressed anger at the moment. You might not want to actually like face it, what's going to happen and all the emotions that are going to awaken within you, because you have been a person who always suppresses their needs and emotions, especially when it comes to this connection. So there is going to be bursts of energies when you decide to leave. And I'm saying when, if you haven't already done it yet, because literally that is the advice. Something in your life is literally not for you. Like from this deck, when I was shuffling, I'll get an advice for you from here as well. I saw not for you card. So something you're resisting to let go, but know that your life is a canvas, so you can actually create anything you want. It's all about you wanting it, you wanting to do it. You have an intention so that you can create it, and know that you will survive this one. There's going to be new solutions coming to you as intuitive nudges. You haven't already getting them. So let me read here. So your first card, All Past Leads Home, said that it's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inwards. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend to connecting with your soul, the deeper connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do so is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be authority in your life. So if this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get into the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of the today's world, because we need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world, and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, guidance from a place deep, deep within. So, you are an empath who has been trying to be there for everyone, especially to those around you who just wants to take from you. You are not naturally drawn to give to them, especially that like feels very much like an energy of like narcissistic and an empath, and also like energy vampires around you. Let's say that you normalize the situations that was not normal for you, but one thing is that they want you to choose you. Your guys want you to start saying like no to things in your life that is taken away from you, and stop and think before you like automatically say yes to the things in your life. They want you to like literally make a list of like a daily drainers for you, and make a list of what you need in your daily life, like not something big, but if something you would have wished and it would have come true, what will be your wish right now that you will have your daily life to look like? Because you really need to start like implementing them. I will only read this one, not the other one. So this one says that this is a shadow card. One may feel confrontational. Oh my god, I'm sorry. One may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never ending source of love. We are all wounded, and our conscious wound inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we will see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it will be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. Secondly, for you to find your back to love. When we are hurt, it's normal to close off our hearts to the world. The painful experience confirms the agony of separation in the earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love. Because the fear, anxiety, and everything that basically arises to the surface in here when there's actually something you need to let go, when you feel like you cannot be safe towards the things that you want to take step forwards, but that safety actually comes, which is going to like fade away the anxiety when you trust yourself, when you trust the universe. So how can you just like trust the universe and yourself more is another question. Is something that you can journal actually, because that is going to bring love into your life. What you're experiencing is not love. That is not destined for you. That's not your happy ending. Know that if like you're not happy, that's not your ending. You're meant for a happy ending. Unfinished Symphony is your latest and is, I promise, your last advice. So you have been going round and round, and this means that you are meant to like close up that karmic cycle. This is a karmic cycle that's happening in here right now. It says that this is a time to tie up loose ends, and as you near the completion of a cycle project, mastery of lesson or skill. So move forward. It's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note, so that you can start anew. And it says that you can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write a letter, make the call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if needed be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unsolved and close the door on the past so that you can let yourself free. Only then a new love can blossom. There's definitely new love, new loves wants to come in terms of friendships, new connections, and also romantic ones. But this one is something you need to wrap it up. This was really like a nudge from your spirit, guys. Like I can feel the tightness and tiredness within me, but I couldn't even like stop talking. I'm very tired, but I guess I made a good job with my words. Somehow, but yeah, group number 2, I hope that the reading was helpful for you, that these are the messages I got for you, but I know that you got this. I know that you will be supported. If you want this, if you have those nudges, know that you can handle what's coming next. I'm sending you lots of love and peace. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to book a personal reading with me, which is going to be more specific for you, you can find the details on my email address in the description box below. But I'm sending you lots of love and hope to see you next time. Please take care of yourselves and bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this beautiful tarot cards, my new one, Santa Morte, I guess, then welcome to your reading. That is going to be your reading. First of all, group number 3. I want to mention that I had some kind of like a background, like frequency music was like playing. For the first 2 piles, it was the same, but with you, I just changed it. And the things that were like coming up naturally as a suggestion was around like ethereal realms, like around like earth creatures, like fairies, and that kind of like a magical forest. So you are asked to ground yourself, and you're asked to reconnect with the nature, like wherever part of the world, whichever part of the world you're living in currently, you're asked to connect with the mother nature in whichever form it suits you. And I feel like especially through the forest, like trees, like nature, like water is something, yes, but like so much like connection with the trees are coming for you. And cleansing your like area is very important. Like if you have a sage, this is like white sage. I tried to put it off, but then it doesn't like stopped burning for you. So I guess cleansing your energy is very important as well. But let's see, let's get into your advice. What advice group number 3 needs to hear for their highest good? Dear guys, angels, higher self and ancestors, what advice group number 3 needs to hear right now? I'm here like for a while already for their highest good. That's your advice for group number 3. We have Knight of Cups, which came in reverse. It's like we have a view of him from his back. It's usually like someone is approaching in the most of the tarot decks with the knights, but we are seeing him like entering a new phase, but it's in reverse in here. It's a Knight of Cups. So there were some like um emotional blockages when it comes to you starting something new. And this is about how you talk to yourself that affects your emotions. Like your emotions are affecting how you talk to yourself and vice versa. It's like an endless cycle in there. There's something about person. I'm not sure if that is, I feel like that's representation of your energy, how you view yourself, how you talk to yourself. We have the devil in reverse under the bottom of the deck. You might have been recently recognized this. You might have recently recognized some kind of like, I'm hearing detrimental, but you might have recognized some quite like energy draining habits or the ways you talk to yourself, more of that so. Or like things that were affecting how you think or thought, like talk to yourself or how you felt. Like you might have recognized the reasons recently a little bit, but not quite sure like how to fully like stop it. Okay. Oof. Okay. So what's your advice for group number 3? Why are we getting lumps of cards? Okay, this really wanted to come. 8 of Cups. We have 2 of Swords. Can we get 2 more, please? Okay, I really like, I will say it in a way that I'm not like let's say devaluing anyone's experiences in here, because I can see the sadness that you're feeling right now, of like knowing that you need to let go of something, and you weren't doing it, but it's quite painful for you. It feels really like a person also, because I was just picking up an energy. This is you, 8 of Cups, and they're not looking the same, the representations in this card. So I was like, yeah, this is your energy, like you know how you talk to yourself, how you feel, but it feels also someone else. So yes, it is both in here, like how you view yourself, how you talk to yourself, your emotional dysregulation, something that you were maybe like codependent to, you recognize it recently, and that might be a person, and that might be a dynamic in other relationships as well, because this feels like a little bit maybe new. Like this doesn't feel so much like a rooted connection, but like take it if it resonates, but mainly I'm picking up an energy of like someone a little bit like a new-ish in here. So there is a realization happening around you needing to let go of that person, and you already made up your mind, but I'm gonna see what this like a 2 of Swords for, because like you recognize that maybe you got a confirmation, maybe you got a communication, maybe like you get a closure without actually getting any kind of like a communication. There might be ghosting, it doesn't have to be, but like you just didn't want things to go in this way. But with any other kind of like a relationships dynamic, I feel like you start seeing a little bit like connecting the dots and like a bigger picture of how you're like, how there's a pattern when it comes to you approaching relationships. That might be romantic and also like our friendships. Can we get 2 more cards in here, Spirit, please, as an advice for group number 3? Okay, is this 2? No. We have 3 of Pentacles. It's such like a, it's such a this is such a dedicated and pure energy, but it's not someone who's having fun, like who's just like enjoying the life. And we have 7 of Cups with that one under the deck. It's like wherever I put my energy, or where to put my energy, but wherever I put it, like it takes so long to grow. And then maybe it's taken away from you and you don't want to do it again. And we have Justice. And under the deck, we have the Devil in reverse again. I will keep it in here. Okay, group number 3. Do I want to get one more card in here? There is definitely a situation in here that you are feeling quite sad about, like moving on. You know that this is what you need to do because this is what's going to like make the like scales, bring the scales into the balance. Like you know that you need to let go of something in order for things to come into a balance, in order for you to transform. But there's an emphasis in here of like you feeling stagnant. For some reason I'm picking this energy up with the Three of Pentacles. You're like, I am like flourishing, whatever I want, I'm trying to bring them back into life, but it feels like they keep like growing backwards. You know, all the skulls, like they are the roots in here, but like they are like growing inside, and I cannot see anything so like valuable outside. Like there's a flower in here, but like, I'm not even looking at this direction. So somewhere you're not looking, actually. Somewhere you're not putting your attention into, there's actually a progression happening for you. I feel like it is not like this person who was emotionally ups and downs, who was not like basically giving you what you needed. I feel like there was some kind of like a discompatibility when it comes to this specific person in your life. Like whatever maybe like you needed to do, whatever you like flourished you, gives you energy, might have been different for this person as well. Like there was some like this like incompatibility, and I feel like that was one of the reasons of why things have fall off. I really want to like, I will just put the devil in here, and I really want to like get a clarity around this like Knight of Cups and Three of Pentacles in here again. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You decided to pull your energy back towards yourself because you felt like if you would like keep on going, like you wouldn't be like climbing up the ladder, but actually like you will be going down, like where all like the where all like this let's say the are they like invaders? Yeah, I couldn't find the words for the group number one. Where all these kind of like a invader kind of like grasses are going to be there. So it's going to be a little more of like a toxic environment that nothing else can grow in there. So I feel like you got this awareness actually quite like right off the bat. Like I feel like this is an energy of like sooner than later. So I'm really picking up that you really like hope and wish that this could have been at the beginning something quite good, but then you recognize things that that was not compatible, that's not good. And the Three of Pentacles is then giving me an energy of a little bit of a long-term thing. So it's not specifically about this person that you felt like, you know, per se disappointed or this like having all these like Eight of Cup emotions, but there is like a baggage in here for you. What is that Three of Pentacles and Eight of Cups for? We have Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands in here in the reverse. It's like, can you see how the Queen of Cups is just like giving her heart? It's like, take it, take it. Like, I have so much love I want to give, like, take it. And the Seven of Wands is like, so, okay. It's like you have been trying to find love and give love in all the deserted places, is what I'm hearing. I'm sorry, literally. So you are so protected that anytime and every time you want to make something work, you felt like it was taken away from your hands. You're like so sick of it. It's because like there wasn't any foundation for it to grow. Can you see how crowded it is? Like nothing can grow in it. Like even like the bottom is like, it's not green, it's not like, you know, nourished enough because like the up here is so tangled that the environment is not suitable for it to grow. Hence like it's in the reverse position. Like you were so divinely protected whenever you want to like give your heart to something, to someone. When it didn't work out, know that it was because you were protected. And now you can recognize from like sooner than later, right off the bat, that it wasn't actually for you without you involving or getting like hurt first. With the devil in reverse in here, I feel like it's like one of the like a lost bits of the puzzles that you're like figuring out or letting it go literally in here, because you, I feel like you have done a lot of shadow work, and this is like a last bit of the things that you are letting go. But why are you feeling like this Two of Swords? Okay, sorry for the deep voice. Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse and strength. Okay, it's an energy of like you put some effort into something only to recognize that, recognizing your strength, that like there is some kind of like a frustration and anger in here, but like whatever the situation has been, like whether you're acknowledging right now or not, but it showed you the strength that you have within. Like when you want to acknowledge it, when you want to turn this Eight of Pentacles like from upside down to their upright position, then you're gonna see that nothing you ever put your attention and intention into goes to waste. Like only your perception of this. So if you're thinking that, okay, like the condition that that thing is not, my energy is not going to go to waste, is because like if like something actually works out, if I get into a relationship, if I get that job, if I get that apartment, whatever it is, then if when I don't get it, then my energy is wasted. But if your perception perspective is like, okay, the condition when my energy is not actually going to go to waste has nothing to do with if something is going to like physically turn into a way that I want, but if I'm going to learn things from that, so that next time I know that I'm not going to spend my energy onto that thing again, not as much. And I'm going to have a different perspective right now. What is the thing that I learned from this situation? I'm sorry if I'm sounding annoying, because sometimes when I hear these kind of messages, it might be like, oh, again, another lesson. But literally, it is the vibe that I'm getting right now. Like that was another lesson, and they want you to ask yourself, what was it? It was just bringing some kind of like a balance into like not much of like a not much of a something that was built on a foundation for you. Okay, what's the advice for group number 3, Spirit? Okay, trust the timing. You have been waiting for so long. You're just like, oh my god, like let it just like, maybe I should just give it up altogether. But no, like can you see this woman like in different phases, and it's like she looks all the same. So it has been a long waiting game for you. I'm sorry, group number 3. Trust the wave you come in on. Time is not running out. If you ever feel like, like comparing yourself where you are, how things should be for you, there is not enough time for you to do the things, know that that is coming from a lack mindset, and you can change it. You can just use also some affirmations if you are believing in it so for you, and you can just repeat it to yourself like continuously until you believe it, that I'm not running out of time. I have all the time in the world. So often, those who feel like they are here for a reason sense that time is running out, and they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out of in perfect unison. Don't race ahead and ride a wave that was never meant for you. You will waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything is a season, and you are being called to trust the one you're in on. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take breath and trust the way you came in on. To trust the season you're in. Time is not running out. There's plenty of time. There's no rush. It's never too late. That was a beautiful message. And what's your last advice for group number 3? That came in sideways between the worlds. I'll get one more clarity for this. This wants to come out. We have serendipity under the bottom of the deck. serendipitous events might be coming for you, so you're asked to like chill out a little bit more, like start doing the things back again that you enjoy and come to the edge in reverse. So in between the world, I guess you're in between the world, hence this came in the sideways as well. So your message here basically says that I guess sometimes you need to be more in the action taking place. Sometimes you need to stop, pause, and like be in the receptive mode. It gives me an energy of like a yin and yang balance, like divine feminine and masculine balance. And you might be like questioning yourself when to do what. So that might be the confusion in here. But this card says that between the world is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. So cultivate curiosity and trust the process of the change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of the recent experiences. Yes, in this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is a great freedom and power to be unleashed, a mystery that is yours to understand, views of the web of the life. Within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take a root. In here with the Three of Pentacles, yes. They begin to take a root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. This is what I was saying, am I not? Oh my god, sorry. When you are in between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Like you are trying to see what's ahead. This has been such a long waiting game for you, but know that they are saying that it's not your concern to know what's going to happen in the future because you just need to believe it. The serendipitous events are coming your way. Like you might be losing your like hope towards like a higher power that is with you right now, but you know that you co-create with the universe. This means that like you think, you believe that it is, you feel the feelings when you're going to have all those things that you want in your life, and you are co-creating with the universe. You're already doing it. You're not just like giving yourself enough credit for all the work you have been doing it. So do that. So, and your lost advice coming to the edge. What? Oh, here. So your message says that fear is leading the way into the places you don't need to go. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion stemming from an old belief that is not even true. Now is the time for courage. You will not be lost at the sea. You will not watch everyone else get you want. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. No, no, no. You are not gonna. That's the waiting game, like the competition in here. All the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real, which is fear, is hovering over you. The more you dwell on the fear, the more real it will become. So ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love part of you, love that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, Spirit will always catch you. Oh my god, they were beautiful messages. I feel like there's nothing for me to add in here, and I hope that the messages were resonating and like helped you and make sense for your group number 3. But this is a like off for you. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want a more detailed personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. But I'm sending you like lots of like joy, patience, and love your way, and believe that the things you want wants you more. Okay, so I'm sending you lots of love. Please do take care of yourselves, and I really do hope to see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, and bye bye.